If you want to change your life, it all begins with ideas and inspiration. These are the seeds that can grow into something powerful and life-changing. The good news is that ideas are everywhere. They're right at your fingertips, waiting to be discovered. Whether you're reading a book, listening to a cassette, or having a conversation, the ideas that can transform your life or business are within reach. You might even have a library nearby filled with these ideas, yet here's the surprising part. Most people drive right past it. In fact, only about 3% of people in the US own a library card, and do you know how much they cost? Nothing. It's amazing how something so valuable is so easily accessible, yet so often overlooked. Why do you think that is? Now let's focus on something crucial. Who's going to find these ideas? There's a simple saying from the Bible, and while I'm no scholar, it's worth sharing. If you seek, you will find. The key to understanding this is that finding is reserved for those who actively search. It's not about luck or chance, it's about being intentional in your pursuit. Valuable ideas don't just fall into your lap. You won't find them if you're just waiting around hoping for something to happen. Instead, you have to become a seeker. Being a seeker means you're on a journey of exploration. You're trying new things, searching for answers, and actively listening for those ideas that can make a difference. Ideas have the power to change your life, but only if you're willing to go after them. There's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come, but you have to be ready to recognize it when it does. Whether it's an idea for your business, your health, or your personal growth, the key is to take that idea and refine it. Think of your ideas like treasures. The more you polish and refine them, the more valuable they become. Over time, these small but consistent efforts can add up to something significant. The accumulation of these refined ideas can lead to personal growth, financial success, and overall well-being. The beauty of this process is that it doesn't require anything massive to make a big difference. Small, consistent improvements can lead to substantial positive change in your life. So gather your treasures, refine your ideas, and watch them grow into something truly valuable over time. Remember, the journey of seeking and refining is where the real value lies. Let me give you something to think about. Everyone can gain a lot from a bit of guidance. Just imagine if you take the time to truly listen to someone's experiences, you might find yourself discovering new insights. Insights that could inspire you to make small, meaningful adjustments in your life. And these small changes, well, they might seem insignificant at first, but when you add them up over time, say a year, 3 years, or even 5 years, they can lead to incredible improvements. Now, here's the key. Be open to learning from others. Be open to the idea of coaching. Why? Because those lessons and insights could be the very thing that sparks positive, lasting changes in your life. There's a wealth of ideas out there, ideas on how to stay healthy, how to start a business, or simply how to live a better life. And if you're eager for a positive change, the first step is to learn. To improve your life, you need new ideas. It's amazing how much power an idea holds. As my mentor, Mr. Schoaf, once taught me, it's not the lack of money that's the problem, it's the lack of ideas. I remember when I was starting out, I didn't have any money. I told Mr. Schoaf, I don't have any money. And he said something that completely changed my perspective. That's not your problem. I was surprised because up until then, I thought that having no money was my biggest issue. But Mr. Schoaf explained, no, the real problem isn't the lack of money, it's the lack of ideas on how to create money and wealth. Wow, that simple shift in thinking made all the difference. Mr. Schoaf also gave me another piece of advice. If you come across something valuable, don't just keep it in your head. Write it down. Why? Because the real magic happens when you repeat those ideas over and over again. When you review your notes and go over them repeatedly, the ideas start to take root. They grow, and soon enough, they begin to reflect in every aspect of your life. Your finances, your appearance, your personality, and your overall way of living. So keep a journal and write down those valuable ideas. Understand how things work. Mr. Schoaf taught me one word that became the cornerstone of my life: study. It's a powerful word. If you want to succeed, study success. If you want to be happy, study happiness. And if you want to be wealthy, study wealth. Don't leave your future to chance. Make it a deliberate study. Some people go through life with their fingers crossed, hoping for the best. But that's not how it works. You need to actively seek out and study the things that can transform your economic, social, spiritual, and personal life. Become a good reader. Dive deep into the knowledge and experiences of others. This kind of intentional study is the path to creating positive changes in every area of your life. I've noticed something fascinating about every successful person I've met and worked with around the world. They all share one important habit. They are good readers. They're curious, always hungry to learn more. And that curiosity drives them to pick up books. So my advice to you is to become a good reader. That's what my experience has taught me. But here's the thing, don't just take my word for it. Listen to other speakers too. Don't be a follower, be a student. Gather information, think it over, and then make your own decisions. Sure, you can learn from your own experiences, and that's valuable, but there's another faster way to gain wisdom by learning from the experiences of others. Imagine this. One good book could save you 5 years of struggle if you just take the time to read it. There are books out there on how to get stronger, make better decisions, speak more confidently, become a leader, and have a bigger impact on those around you. There are even books on how to develop your personality. It's incredible what's available, yet so many people don't read them. Isn't that something? And these are people who can read. A lot of successful people have shared their stories in books. They've written down exactly how they did it. But not many people take the time to read those valuable insights. Have you ever wondered why? One reason might be that people are just too caught up in their daily lives. They say, "You don't understand. By the time I get home from work, it's late. I've got to cook dinner, maybe watch a little TV, and then it's off to bed." But here's the truth. Even if you're a hard worker, even if you're sincere, that alone won't guarantee you'll avoid financial struggles later in life. To make sure you don't end up broke at the end of your life, you need more than just hard work. You've got to be a good reader. You may not be able to do everything you learn, but you should at least find out what's possible. Think about this. You wouldn't want to get to the end of your life and realize you only lived a small fraction of it, while the rest slipped away. Not because you didn't have opportunities, but because you didn't have the information you needed. Now, here's something to keep in mind. The best quality for learning is curiosity. Remember that word, curiosity. Embrace it. And if you want to take it even further, think of adding a touch of what I call childish curiosity. You know how kids are when they're eager to learn something, they ask question after question, relentlessly, until they get all the answers they're looking for. It might seem a bit much, but that kind of curiosity is a good thing. It drives you to keep learning, to keep seeking out knowledge, and that's what can make all the difference in your life. Jesus once said, "Unless you can become like little children, you might as well forget it. You don't have a prayer." What a powerful message. It tells us that to truly connect, grow, and succeed, we need to embrace the qualities that children naturally possess. So let's explore 4 key childlike traits that can transform your life. So first, curiosity. Children are naturally curious. They explore the world with wide-eyed wonder and ask endless questions. To harness this trait, never lose your sense of wonder. Keep asking questions, seek out new information, and stay eager to learn. Let your curiosity drive you to discover new ideas and opportunities. Second, excitement. Remember how excited children get when they discover something new? Channel that same enthusiasm into your life. When you decide to make positive changes, get as excited as a child opening a present. Let that excitement fuel your actions and keep you motivated on your journey. Third, faith. Children have an incredible ability to believe in possibilities. They trust that good things will happen and that dreams can come true. As adults, we often become too skeptical and doubtful. Reignite that childlike faith within you. Believe in your potential and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Fourth, trust. Trusting others might seem naive, but it's a powerful virtue. When you trust people, you open yourself up to deeper relationships and greater collaboration. Trust can lead to incredible rewards, both personally and professionally, so don't be afraid to trust others and build meaningful connections. Now, there are millions of books out there, and while you can't read them all, it's crucial to read the ones that will help you grow. When I say read all the books you need to, I mean dive into the books that will help you build your fortune, gain power, influence others, maintain good health, prosper, stay informed, be intelligent, nurture relationships, and excel in your roles as a parent or grandparent. Choose books that will make your life flourish and help you become the best version of yourself. Don't limit your reading list. Embrace a wide range of topics that contribute to your personal and professional growth. One of the most incredible things you can achieve is having influence. Influence is the ability to persuade others, shape their thoughts, guide their futures, and impact their lives in meaningful ways. Whether you're a manager, an executive, a parent, or anyone in between, you have the opportunity to influence others. The key is to develop the skills needed for effective influence. It's not enough to influence people casually or haphazardly. True power comes from purposeful influence. This means intentionally learning and honing the skills to guide others towards better thinking, adopting new ideas, supporting your business, or simply living a better life. Imagine the difference you can make by combining childlike curiosity, excitement, faith, and trust with the knowledge you gain from reading and the ability to influence others. You have the potential to shape not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you in profound and positive ways. So embrace your inner child. Stay curious, stay excited, believe in the possibilities, and trust others. Read voraciously, seek out the knowledge that will empower you, and develop your ability to influence with intention and purpose. By doing so, you'll set yourself on a path to lasting success and fulfillment, just like the many successful people I've met and worked with around the world. Remember, the journey to greatness starts with these simple childlike qualities. Nurture them and watch as they lead you to incredible heights in your personal and professional life. Now, if you want to attract more good things into your life, the first step is to appreciate what you already have. It's important to be thankful for your current situation because that's when the good ideas start to come. When you give thanks for what you have, it's like opening a door to positive thoughts and opportunities. Now, here's something crucial. Cynicism can block the flow of all good information. It's easy to slip into a negative mindset, being cynical about your circumstances, your job, the people around you, or even the opportunities that come your way. But here's the good news: if you can flip that negativity into gratitude, everything changes. Suddenly, ideas start to flow freely and information becomes more accessible. It's like the middle barriers come down and your mind opens up to new possibilities. So the first thing you need to do is practice gratitude. Be thankful for what you have, and you'll find that more good things start to come your way. But that's just the beginning. Next, always stay curious and eager to learn. No matter how much you know, there's always more to discover. Engage in powerful discussions with others, especially those who can challenge your ideas. The goal is to have your thoughts stand up to tough questions. When you're in the company of people who ask challenging questions, your ideas get refined and become more valuable. Debates and discussions have a special way of turning your thoughts into solid, actionable ideas. So keep that hunger for learning alive. But don't just take my word for it, challenge these ideas yourself. Afterward, go back to your notes, reflect on what we've talked about, and think it through again. The key is to activate your mind, generate new thoughts, and open up channels for more information. The refinement of your intellect is where your future success lies. So remember to stay curious and eager to learn. Now, here's another key. Be a good listener. In today's world, this can be a bit challenging. There are so many voices competing for our attention, voices from the radio, television, advertisements, politicians, religious leaders, community groups, and even our families. It can feel overwhelming to sort through all of them and give extra time to a voice that really matters. It's not an easy task, but if you make the effort to master the art of listening, who knows what valuable ideas you might discover. Good listening is a skill that can potentially lead to life-changing insights. It's about focusing your attention, filtering out the noise, and truly hearing what's being said. When you do this, you open yourself up to new ideas, new opportunities, and new ways of thinking that can dramatically improve your life. Let's talk about the next key word, inspiration. Inspiration is a bit of a mystery, isn't it? Why are some people filled with it while others seem to lack it? The answer might be found in something I call emotional vitality. The energy and enthusiasm some people have for living a fulfilling, successful life. On one side, you have people who are bursting with a zest for life, ready to tackle any challenge and seize every opportunity. On the other side, some people just go through the motions, hoping things will somehow work out. Now, while the exact difference between these two types of people might be hard to pin down, one thing is clear: it's incredibly exciting to watch someone who is truly inspired. But where does this inspiration come from? I believe the secret lies in self-motivation and personal inspiration, finding that inner spark and tapping into the emotional vitality that life and its challenges offer. When you go after your goals with enthusiasm, something magical happens. We all admire and appreciate those who have this self-driven, inspired attitude toward life. But inspiration alone isn't enough. You've got to back it up with discipline. Think of discipline as the miracle process, the steps you take today to create the future you want. Here's how you get that miracle going. Start with what you can do right now, with what you already have. It might be as simple as making a small, positive change in your daily routine. This is what I call cleaning up neglect. Neglect can mess up your days, your life, and ultimately your future. So go back and take care of the small disciplines you've been overlooking. When you start doing what you can, life will begin to hand you bigger, more exciting opportunities. But remember, you've got to handle the smaller disciplines before life entrusts you with more complex ones. Here's a piece of advice that's worth adding to your notes. Now is the time to shape the next 10 years. Sometimes you need to face reality and embrace the truth. That's what happened to me when I met Mr. Schoaf. I was 25, and he was 45, a man with a wealth of experience. He started asking me some tough questions, and one of the most important was, are you reading the books that will guide you to where you want to be in the next 10 years? The question is, are you taking the right steps to get there? Are you reading the right books? Are you following through with the necessary disciplines? This is crucial because we don't want to fall into the trap of disillusionment, wishing without doing, hoping without acting. Here's the important thing. Take a moment to assess where you are right now. Ask yourself, what can I do to make changes that will help me take more definite steps every day toward the treasures I desire? These treasures could be mental, personal, spiritual, or financial. The goal is to avoid making mistakes and to ensure you're on the right path. Now is the time to adjust your daily program to take you where you want to go in the next 10 years. Here's a simple way to visualize it. Draw a little circle that represents where you are right now. Now, think about where you could be 10 years from now. It could be at one point or it could be at another, and the difference between the two could be huge. It might mean significant changes in your money, lifestyle, treasures, and overall equity. In just 10 years, your life could look incredibly different. So start today. Embrace inspiration, practice discipline, and take control of your future. The next 10 years are yours to shape, and the decisions you make now will determine where you end up. Make sure you're heading in the direction that leads to the life you truly want. Here's the key. Making a small change in your discipline and way of thinking can set you on a path that leads to a much better journey over the next 10 years. It's important to understand which direction you're heading. Are you going this way or that way? Once you make that decision, think about this. In 10 years, the total sum of your intellectual, personal, spiritual, moral, and economic treasures might not be as significant if you stay on your current path. So the key is to start making changes now, to begin walking a new road. What excites me is this. A few simple actions you take every day can bring about big changes in just 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. These daily habits will determine whether you end up in one place or another. It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? Here's a good question to consider. 10 years from now, you will surely arrive. But where will you be? We need to be honest with ourselves about the road we're on. I remember a day not long after I met Mr. Schoaf that I call my do not kid myself anymore day. I didn't want to live in disillusionment anymore. Back when I was around 23, 24, 25 years old, I used to rely on the cross your fingers theory, hoping that things would just work out. But then I realized how important it is to be honest with myself and face reality, instead of just hoping for the best without taking concrete actions. I finally decided that the cross your fingers theory wasn't going to get me what I wanted. That's not where the treasure lies. I needed to be sure about the direction I was heading. By incorporating a few simple reading habits, engaging in disciplined thinking, and adopting specific activities, I realized I could make a big difference in my life. These small daily disciplines can be the deciding factor in whether you end up here or there, or there. Sometimes we might think we're only doing about 10% of what's necessary, believing that we need an additional 90% to truly make a difference in our fortune. But it might be the opposite. We could already be doing enough to have experienced some aspects of the good life. Maybe all that's required is just a small additional effort, like an extra 5 or 10%, involving changes in intellectual pursuits, activities, and refining our discipline and thoughts. So start today by making those small changes. They might seem insignificant at first, but over time they'll add up. That little bit of extra effort, that slight shift in discipline can be the difference between a life of mediocrity and a life filled with success, fulfillment, and treasure. Now, I'm not sure where you find yourself in this series of lectures. Maybe this is like spring for you, a time of new beginnings filled with fresh opportunities, and you're excited about what's to come. Perhaps we've caught you during the harvest season and you're enjoying the fruits of your hard work, celebrating your achievements. Or it could be summer, a time when things get tough, when challenges arise, and the heat is on. Summer is a test, especially when the pressures are high and the creditors are calling. So it's possible we've found you in a challenging season, a tough summer. Alternatively, you might be in a winter season. We've all been there, those cold, hard times when decisions have to be made and things feel a bit desperate. Maybe you're at a fork in the road facing choices that will shape the next 5 or 10 years of your life. I've been at those forks in the road myself, wondering which way to go, what path to take for the next opportunity. Winter can be demanding with its pressures and urgency, pushing you to take action. Whatever season you're in, I hope the insights shared here resonate with you and help you navigate the challenges you're facing. Here's an important question for you to consider. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do to change the direction of your life? It's a crucial question to ask yourself. What can you do starting tomorrow that will truly make a positive difference? Think about this. If you don't take any action to make a change starting tomorrow, guess what? Things are likely to stay the same. Predicting the next 5 years becomes easier when you look at the last 5 years, unless, of course, you decide to make a significant change tomorrow. The beautiful thing is you have the power to make that choice. You can change your whole life in a day if you want to. You can change it all, or just change a little, or change something specific. Or you can choose not to change at all. It's up to you. It's choice time. As we wrap up, here's a powerful question for you to ponder. What can you do with economic chaos? What can you do with massive disappointment? What can you do with a broken heart? What can you do when things don't go as planned? And most importantly, what can you do starting tomorrow that will make a real difference in your life? These are the questions that can lead you to the changes you need to make to set yourself on a path toward a better, brighter future.